And welcome to the first Live Through Time walkthrough video. We launched to testers just over a week ago, and the feedback so far has been really positive. Many thanks to all those that are giving it a go. We've already made improvements and enhancements over the last few days, and hopefully, they will go live at some point this week. But I thought I would show you guys the current version and start with our Mississippi 1933 era. When I first thought about creating this game/life simulation, and the concept of going to a different time and place, the first era I thought of wasn't a Roman Colosseum or a battle during the First World War. It was actually the deep south of America during the 1930s or 40s. The reason for that is I have a great love of blues music. Whilst I don't listen to the early stuff too much, it's more the Chicago blues of the 1950s onwards. I did love learning about the history and where the Chicago greats like B.B. King, Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters came from. All from Mississippi as it happens. I'm also interested in the history of Black America, segregation, racial inequality, and the civil rights movement of the 1960s. So this era fascinated me, and therefore I chose it for the first one to design. As it turns out, I think it's quite an interesting one. You can have characters that are quite different to each other, poor to wealthy, sharecropper to politician. It was a hard time to live in, so it serves as a good setting for the player to immerse into. Anyway, let's have a look at the game. As you can see, we have quite a few era options, but let's use Mississippi, the Devil's Crossroads, as the example today. We click on the era, and we have an intro speech about the era in general.
The Great Depression hasn't just touched the South. It has crushed it into the dust. In the sweltering, suffocating heat of the Mississippi Delta, survival isn't a given. It's a daily bargain made at the edge of a cotton field. Here, the ghosts of the past walk alongside the desperate living.
Then we can click on one of the three characters, sharecropper, lawman, or landowner, and we get a piece of music with a brief overview of the character type. Now, this part is changing in our upcoming release, but for now, the AI takes about 30 seconds to generate the characters and the initial story.
You break your back from dawn till dusk for someone else's profit, shackled by a store ledger that always bleeds red. Trapped in a ruthless cycle of debt, hope is a dangerous luxury. You possess nothing but your resilience and a spirit that refuses to break. Every sunrise brings a new fight for survival, and every sunset is a reminder of how far away freedom truly lies.
So, today we are Sarah Mae Johnson, a sharecropper. We have her portrait top left. She looks a little old for 28. Might have to change that. Below on the left, we have a biography for her, details of her relationships, home, and her ambition, plus a secret and her inventory. On the right-hand pane, under My Affairs, we have a few other characters that the AI has created from the story. Her mother, a local preacher, siblings, and further down, the locations mentioned. Again, we have made massive enhancements to this area, but more on those in a later video. We have the video of the plantation field in the background. On the top bar, the logo takes us to the home page, and the drop-down has options for saved games, called memories, plus account, settings, and so on. The game saves automatically, so you don't have to do anything. In the middle of the page is our AI-generated story first prompt, a nicely written, engrossing and descriptive prompt about our character on the cotton fields in the harsh heat of the sun. Let's find out what we have in our inventory and how thirsty we are. I get an appropriate and informative prompt back from the AI, further describing the harsh conditions I live in. I continue the story by plucking the cotton and looking around for anything that has been dropped. Then, I am effectively asking about the hymn I can hear, which the AI narrator then described in detail. On our text bar, we have the option to change from the default say/do action to either observe or direct. Here I changed to observe and asked what my cabin looks like, and the narrator gave me a detailed overview, which also fits with the previously created property card on the right-hand side. Although it's a relatively short story at this point, about 20 prompts, the important factor is that the AI hasn't forgotten anything. It is rich in its storytelling and specific to the era we are in, regarding language, the value of items, currency, and culture. It's funny going over this video which I captured a few days ago. We have made so many enhancements to the UI in the game itself since then. As mentioned earlier, we will get the new version out this week, but hopefully, this gives you an idea of what the AI can do and the general feel of the system. I will follow this up later, focusing on those enhancements which make it even more interesting to live these people's lives. We are also adding an update to the AI regarding supporting character creation, which we believe is completely unique in the market. If you would like to test out the game whilst we are still in beta, feel free to request an invite code via the website. The link is in the description and on screen now. Thanks for watching.